So I have actually done the water test. I have actually installed the braces, right? And right now what I'm looking forward to is to do the cleaning up work with this sandpaper. And no, it's not going to be used to sandpaper down the inside of the aquarium. Rather, it's the edges of sections of the braces that might prove a little bit hazardous, and the siding because of changing as to how the siding was actually installed. I had to actually secure a sheet of sandpaper, and also for the silicone that is here and messing up all the different spaces, I'm gonna have to use some amount of razor blade so as to do the work. Now I am unable to do the work while I am actually recording. However, I'll share with you aspect of what I'm going to be doing. Now, so the edge of here is a little bit sharp. It's unlike this section, right? It's unlike this section which have been polished from the glass cutting company, right? This section was not polished, right? I got the glass after much thought and consideration, and it was not. I did not envisage the whole idea of polishing it until I reached home. I realized that I should have. So now that it's home, and it's going to be a little bit burdensome actually carrying everything for it to be polished with the machine. I'm going to have to do it myself. So what I'm going to be doing is just using the sandpaper, and I'm going to sandpaper all the edges along here, and then I'm going to sandpaper all the edges right here, going all down, and all the other corners that might be a little bit, might pose a little problem to anyone who might probably want to, lift the glass. I don't want it to be cutting anybody's hand. So I'm going to be doing that, right? So this work will take a while to complete, a couple hours, because I'm going to have to, this is actually referred to as manual polishing the glass, right? I'm not rubbing the sides of the glass, I'm rubbing the edges so as to blunt the sides, blunt the edges so that it won't actually cut anybody as they, maneuver around, whether they feeding or whether they, doing things around the aquarium. So I'm actually doing this. Alright, so the sharp edges will actually be, the problem of sharp edges will actually be eliminated. Right, this section already polished. This section already polished. The problem was the section with the braces that was just added. Also the siding. Right? So after manually polishing the glass, I can easily rub my hand over the glass and not fear that my hands will actually get cut as a result of the glass having any sharp edges or splinter. Alright? So after this is done, my next rough task, I'm fine-tuning the manual polishing. After this, the next thing that needs to be done is the use of the razor blade so as to clean off all these messy looking stuff, right? It's going to be rough and probably might take a couple of hours. In using the razor blade is placed flatly on the glass, and it is used to scrape anything that is in the glass, that is on the glass, should I say, that might obscure you know, its glossy look, like the silicone, anything that's dirty, whatever. Alright, so this is done. And any silicone that might, oh, I see a little spot here that probably might need a little rubbing. Hit my finger a while ago. I don't want it to be a sore thumb for my client. So I'm gonna have to do this for all the different sides for every single piece of glass, whether it be the braces or the bottom piece. Everything will be done like this. So the razor blade we use to scrape out the silicone at the sides, and then when this is done, soap and water is actually used so as to clean the aquarium. Some persons might have different strategies as to how to get the final touches of the aquarium. I prefer to put a lot of silicone on and then scrape off the excess than to put on a small amount and then have to add additional, because silicone is what actually remains the strength of the aquarium throughout its lifetime. Alright, so all of this is done, and as I said before, this might take a few hours.